YouTubers, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great year. Good start of the first year. Sorry, I've been a little late and behind. I didn't post the one within this past week. I've been behind, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off and get into everything. I have recently been um, behind, and a lot of wins and losses have come about since I last talked to you guys. A lot of things have been going on with the first beginning of the year. A lot of external, internal things I've been having to deal with, but that's still no excuse for where I'm trying to go. I'm still finding the limitations for myself, and it's just in a short version, I've been failing horribly. Yeah, I've been failing trying and not doing things the best way or doing things correctly. I've been failing by not trying or procrastinating, not getting things done like I said I would and should, and it can sometimes have a snowball effect, and you have to immediately stop and regroup yourself. Um, but one thing I'm starting to learn that it's okay to fail. Like, it's gonna happen. Um, you should actually get excited and expect it to happen, because as long as you're looking for the failure, you're looking for that lesson. There's no such thing as loss; it's only a lesson. So you look for the lesson to find your blessing, pretty much, and you figure out a way to correct it. I have allowed a lot of things to slow me down and hinder me, like these past few weeks, when it comes to certain family things or financial situations, or whatever the case is. Um, and that shouldn't be the case. One thing I have been constantly make sure I've been doing is reading and learning, staying in my word, praying. That's a daily thing. As long as you can keep your mind and your body right, the rest will fall into place. Um, when you start to get that anxiety, I start to get anxiety, and I have a problem with not being honest with myself, but I already am honest with myself, to realize, no, when I have messed up, but I let it get me to a point where so much shame, so much guilt, so much, I just kind of get down on myself. I just like start to second guess who I am and what I am. I just have to remind myself, and I had to tell somebody else this other day that had to deal with a death. You just have to remember and know who you are in God. Because when you know who you are, you know what you are, you know what you're capable of, you know what you can do, which is anything. But you also know your limitations and where you need to grow and work at, which should be any and everywhere. So you shouldn't put any limitations on what you can learn and what you can grow in, and never get down on yourself. Always allow the opportunity to come to you. And some people say, well, I don't have the opportunity, or this happened, or this didn't happen. Each and every day you wake up is a new opportunity. It's a new day, it's a new time. Anything can be fixed on this earth except for, death. So without you being able to control and manipulate time, there is no time for um, things that aren't as important. I'm starting to understand my priorities, and sometimes people around me don't really understand, and sometimes I really don't understand, because what I'm doing right now is so new and different for me. I really don't put myself in a position to. Some things I don't understand. If I feel like the Lord's leading me in certain ways, I just have to be obedient and do. And that's one thing I have been short. For example, is YouTube. I'm supposed to be doing one a week. Um, Last time I posted one was about 2 weeks ago. And I was supposed to make one, last week, the week before, and I write down a list, don't check it off, write down a list, don't check it off. And it's because I'm not doing it. So whatever I don't get done, I move to the next day. But certain days I have failed it. I've let other things come in contact and really either frustrate me or deter me from my goal and from my vision and my work that needs to be done. The work's going to be there. The time for you to do it isn't. So don't look at the work as much as you do the time, because the time is something can nobody control. Bill Gates is one guy. I've been not Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. I've been looking at both guys actually, but Warren Buffett says the most valuable asset he has is time and self development. He says one thing that changed him, oddly enough, is a speech in class he took, which I never would have guessed, never would have knew. He said that changed his life. He said he wouldn't be the person he was today if he didn't take that speech in class to help him talk in public more. So it's just knowing the importance of yourself and importance of the time that God grants and gives us. One thing I tell myself every day, I thank the Lord when I get up. Today's the day the Lord has made, I will rejoice. Just to click start my mind to make sure I can hold myself in a more accountable way to where it's like this time isn't mine, it's not given, and it's not mandatory. So do the best of what you can. And that's one thing I have to make sure I capitalize on, because when you can capitalize and execute, that's the biggest thing. Execution and obedience, just to where the Lord's moving in your life, or even goals you have for your own self and for your family or for others. You have to make sure you execute those. If not, you'll be stuck in the same place. You'll get frustrated. You'll get angry. I know I'm speaking just experience for myself. I get so angry and upset to where you really can't blame anybody else. The only person you can blame yourself. It's easy to be mad at somebody else, but when you're mad at somebody, can't be mad at somebody else if it's your fault. It's easy to be mad and cut somebody else out, but you might need to look in the mirror and cut yourself out every now and again and get yourself back on track. So, just everybody keep grinding, keep staying focused, and make sure you're finding your limitations and lessons of what you have for the day, and find those few things and find those niches and just focus and work. The work can't stop and start when you want it to. It has to be consistent. And one thing my sister even told me, I was going through like a little spell or whatnot, and she said, how you gonna be a CEO? You can't even, take care of yourself, or you're in the bed laying up sleep, and it's past 10 o'clock, or it's 10 o'clock, or you're supposed to be a big CEO, but you can't even run yourself properly. And really, it was a gut check, and she was right. I was just in like a little. I wasn't depressed or anything, but I was in a slump. I wasn't feeling good one time, but that's no excuse. After my health, it is the obligation I have to do other things. So, how you want to run something else and you can't even run yourself. So make sure each and every day you get up, you're running yourself first and foremost to the fullest, full throttle. Some people might say they need to take it easy, this and that. It's certain days you can allow for rest. God has a day of rest, so I'm not saying not to have that day of rest, but rest if you must, but don't quit. That's just something that's mandatory. So after that rest, you do get back up again, or you have that day of rest in that time of meditation or peace or whatever you like to do. You need to go back at it full throttle. There's no excuses. The only excuse you're making is the ones that come into your mind. There really is no actual excuse. As long as you have a healthy body, healthy mind, and are able to think, you can get yourself in and out of any situation, or you can learn how you need to get yourself out of any situation. So make sure y'all just keep working. I gotta make sure I stay focused, more consistent, keep my eye more on the prize, and keep my health up, as well as being more consistent, which is a difficult task to do. Not get down on myself, not get so be so hard for when I don't do something well, and also one more thing I've been learning to reward myself, to help me keep those little pleasures of I do this so I can reward myself for this little bit, so I can get a taste of what it's like. If it's either one thing I got from Ed Malley, he said he would like go to a nice hotel like once a month or things like that. So my thing is I would Go to a nice hotel, or I'm gonna check out a nice grooming area or spa or something like that, and start going like once a month if I can, or when I can. So it's not a matter of if; it's just a matter of me getting to it and being able to do it to uh, not just celebrate myself, but to keep me happy and keep me hungry, to make me want to get higher and higher, and not get to a place where once you get to a certain level, you're not going to want to go back. It's going to change you forever, and that's the point to where I'm trying to get to where once I get this financial or this certain amount of properties, or just really just get my first property sold, done real estate. To where it's going to change my life, to where it's going to be repetitive, and I'm going to be able to do that whenever and wherever, to where it's a specialized skill of mine. I can help and teach others, and it's something I can do to bring in and just grow my business, my other businesses, just use as a tool. So make sure y'all stay in prayed up, meditate, stay calm, cool, collective, and make sure y'all just keep grinding, keep working for what y'all trying to do. Make sure y'all stay consistent, and as long as you can look up, you can get up. So make sure y'all have a good one and keep the year starting off strong. Don't forget to add, like, subscribe to this channel.